Hello. Don't forget to like and subscribe before starting the video. Who is George Washington? George Washington is widely considered one of the most important historical figures in American history. Born on February 22, 1732, in Westmoreland County, Virginia, he was the eldest son of Augustine Washington and his second wife, Mary Ball Washington. Growing up, Washington received a modest education, but he learned practical skills such as surveying and farming, which would serve him well in his later life. As a young man, Washington quickly became involved in public service and the military. He served as a surveyor for the Virginia militia during the French and Indian War, and his leadership abilities were recognized when he was appointed as Commander-in-Chief of the Continental Army during the American Revolution. After the war, Washington served as the President of the Constitutional Convention, which drafted the United States Constitution, and he was elected as the first President of the United States in 1789. Washington's 2 terms in office were marked by his efforts to establish a strong and stable federal government, promote economic growth, and maintain neutrality in foreign affairs. Throughout his life, Washington's character, leadership, and courage have made him an enduring symbol of American values and ideals. As we delve deeper into his life and legacy, we can gain a greater understanding of his impact on American history and society. George Washington's military career is an integral part of his legacy, and it played a pivotal role in shaping the course of American history. During the French and Indian War, Washington gained valuable experience as a leader and strategist, serving as a colonel in the Virginia militia. He played a critical role in the British victory over the French in the Battle of Monongahela in 1755, and his leadership skills were recognized by both his superiors and his men. During the American Revolution, Washington was appointed as the Commander-in-Chief of the Continental Army, a position he held throughout the war. He faced many challenges during his time as Commander-in-Chief, including shortages of men, supplies, and resources. Despite these challenges, Washington was able to lead his army to several significant victories, including the Battle of Saratoga and the Battle of Trenton. One of Washington's most significant military achievements was the daring crossing of the Delaware River on December 25, 1776. With a force of about 2,400 men, Washington led a surprise attack on Hessian soldiers who were stationed in Trenton, New Jersey. The attack was a complete success, with the Continental Army capturing nearly 1,000 Hessian soldiers and their supplies. Another significant military achievement for Washington was the Battle of Yorktown in 1781, which marked the end of the Revolutionary War. Washington led the combined American and French forces against the British Army, which was under the command of General Cornwallis. The battle lasted for nearly 3 weeks, with the American and French forces ultimately emerging victorious. Washington's military career was marked by his leadership, strategic thinking, and determination. His accomplishments helped to secure American independence and establish him as a national hero. George Washington's presidency is widely regarded as one of the most important in American history. In 1789, Washington was unanimously elected as the first president of the United States, and he served 2 terms in office. During his presidency, Washington faced many challenges, including the establishment of a new federal government and the need to establish the credibility of the new nation in the eyes of other nations. One of Washington's most significant accomplishments during his presidency was the creation of the federal government. He worked closely with Alexander Hamilton, his Secretary of the Treasury, to establish a framework for the new government that would ensure its stability and longevity. They created the 3 branches of government: legislative, executive, and judicial, and established a system of checks and balances that ensured no one branch could become too powerful. Another key policy initiative during Washington's presidency was the establishment of a national bank. The Bank of the United States was created in 1791 and was designed to provide a stable currency for the young nation, as well as to help finance public projects such as roads and canals. Washington also made efforts to establish the credibility of the new nation in the eyes of other nations. He believed that the United States needed to develop strong relationships with other nations in order to ensure its survival and prosperity. He made a point of receiving ambassadors from other nations and worked to establish trade agreements with other countries. Washington's presidency was marked by his commitment to establishing a strong and stable federal government that could provide for the needs of the young nation. His accomplishments during his 2 terms in office helped to lay the foundation for the United States as we know it today. George Washington's legacy is one of the most enduring in American history. His leadership, character, and accomplishments continue to inspire people today. One of Washington's most significant legacies is his role as the father of the nation. As the first president of the United States, he helped to establish the framework for the federal government and set a precedent for future presidents to follow. His commitment to democracy, justice, and the rule of law laid the foundation for the American system of government. Washington's leadership and character continue to inspire people today. He was known for his integrity, his commitment to duty, and his willingness to put the needs of the nation above his own personal interests. These qualities have made him a role model for leaders in every field, from politics to business to the military. Washington's impact on American society can be seen in many different ways. His image appears on the $1 bill and on the quarter, and his face is carved into Mount Rushmore alongside 3 other American presidents. His home at Mount Vernon is a popular tourist destination, and his name appears on schools, streets, and buildings across the country. Washington's legacy also extends to his advocacy for liberty and freedom. He believed in the importance of individual rights and freedoms and worked tirelessly to defend them. His leadership during the Revolutionary War helped to establish the United States as a free and independent nation, and his commitment to these ideals has inspired generations of Americans. In conclusion, George Washington's legacy is an integral part of American history and society. His leadership, character, and accomplishments continue to inspire people today, and his commitment to democracy, justice, and the rule of law has helped to shape the United States into the nation it is today. In conclusion, this video has explored the life, achievements, and legacy of George Washington. We have discussed his military career, including his role in the French and Indian War and his appointment as Commander-in-Chief of the Continental Army during the Revolutionary War. We have also discussed his presidency, including his creation of the federal government and the establishment of a national bank. Finally, we have discussed his legacy, including his enduring impact on American history and society. George Washington is one of the most important figures in American history. As the first president of the United States, he helped to establish the framework for the federal government and set a precedent for future presidents to follow. His leadership, character, and commitment to democracy, justice, and the rule of law have inspired generations of Americans. We encourage viewers to learn more about Washington and his legacy by reading books or visiting historical sites associated with him. Thank you for watching this video. If you found it informative, please like, comment, and subscribe to the channel for more content like this in the future.